We might end up with that tonight.
So you can die and you'll be broadcasting. So.
I was thinking more so I can buy a second life, but sure. Hey guys, I'm BreaCheese, and this is the 5th episode of my Hardcore Ironman Progress series. Let's get right into it, and I hope you all enjoy. So today I've started up a new daily that I didn't actually know about before. At Player-Owned Farms, a really nice way to start earning some farming levels is by putting woad leaves into these beehives. All you need is some insect repellent, which you can grab from a house in Catherby, and then just add it to your tool belt. The woad leaves can be easily obtained by talking to this farmer in Falador for a small price. And with those, you can just stop by these beehives once per day to collect your XP and then add some more woad leaves. Another fantastic daily that I was forgetting to do previously is Divine Locations. These are temporary resource nodes that you can create using the divination skill. As an iron, you can't actually gather from other people's divine locations, so it's good to remember to create one of your own each day. I personally like to create the Diviner Patch 1 because it's a really nice way to convert the low-level Guam herbs into some much nicer ones like Raynars for prayer potions and Toadflax for Cerebrews. After completing the rest of my dailies, it was time to work on some more questing. The first quest on our list today is the Golem quest, which is a quick and easy quest that provides some thieving and crafting XP once completed. While completing that quest, I had received one of these strange rocks. These are items that you'll encounter occasionally while skilling, and can be handed into this statue in the Borac Museum in Paris. I had a whole bunch of these that I was saving previously, because the XP that you get from them scales with your level, so I decided now was a good time to start handing them in. Next we went to complete What's Mine Is Yours, another simple quest that provides some mining and smithing XP, as well as some mining and smithing bonus XP when complete. After completing that quest, you also unlock the Borac Dork mini-quest series. Our quest guide wanted us to complete some of these next, so we continued on by completing Borac's Task 1. While completing this mini-quest, we came across this dwarf here with quite an unfortunate name. Why is that guy's name Stankers? What an awful name.
That's a pretty good name.
Poor guy. And with that complete, we continued on by completing Borac's Task 2. Next on our quest list, we have Darkness of Hallowvale. This is a very long quest, but isn't particularly difficult. Traversing Mayor Ditch is probably the most time-consuming part of this quest, but luckily, you only need to do the majority of it once. Later on, when you need to go back through this area, it's a lot easier to just get captured by the Vyres and do a bit of mining to skip most of the running around. If at any time you get caught by the Vyres when you didn't want to, you can just use Freedom to break free of them. Once this quest is finished, you gain some agility, thieving, and construction XP. You also unlock the second route for temple trekking, which is a minigame that can be useful for a variety of things like bowstring and sharks. The next quest on our list is the Dwarf Cannon. This is a very simple quest that only takes a few minutes to complete. When you're getting the cannonball mold from here, I'd recommend using the drop technique to get yourself a second mold to save yourself a trip later on. Our next quest was Dishonour Among Thieves. This is another one that I was a bit hesitant about because I remembered it having some relatively difficult fights in it. When I was reading through the guide, I found that the big fight in this quest actually scales to your level, so I decided it would be fine to proceed with it anyways. The first part that's a little bit difficult is very early on when you have to battle these armored zombies. I originally left because it seemed that I was clearly underleveled to fight them, but I decided to give it one more go, and I was actually able to defeat them with the help of some super potions and prayers. Later on in the quest, when you're raiding Sliske's lair and having to do these puzzles, I'd highly recommend using the rolling options at the top of your screen because they'll actually move you around much quicker than your character's normal walk speed. When you get to this part, where you have to juggle a whole bunch of things at once, you definitely want to put your sound effects volume to maximum, because these memory puzzles have audio cues for completing them. There we go. Then finally, when you get to this boss fight, it can be a little bit intimidating at first. Just make sure to follow the instructions on screen whenever he uses a new mechanic, like breaking out of these bindings, or moving over the platform when he teleports you, or keeping close to him when he fills the room with shadows. As long as you make sure to avoid his mechanics, you should be able to defeat him no problem. Finally, when you're in the final cutscene, and Nomad attempts to touch the Stone of Jazz, make sure to choose the option to stop him. Otherwise, when you do another quest with him later on where you have to fight him, one of his moves will be much stronger. The fight during that quest is already pretty tough, so there's no need to make it tougher. And with that quest complete, we get a bit of XP in combat, thieving, and agility, as well as this cape that has some half-decent stats. The next quest on my list was Enlightened Journey. You need to get some willow branches for this quest, which you actually get from growing your own willow tree. I didn't have any willow seeds to grow a willow tree, so I just assumed I couldn't complete this one yet. I'll mention now though that you can actually do this, because you get a willow tree during the quest itself, but I didn't actually realize this at the time and ended up skipping this quest for now. So instead, the next quest we went to complete was the Rag and Bone Man. This is another really easy quest where you just go around gathering bones from different enemies before cleaning them off to give to the odd old man. Completing this quest provides us with a bit of cooking and prayer XP. Next I was working on weeklies that had just reset, and I remembered that I hadn't actually unlocked Eggroth yet. So the next quest to complete was the Shadow over Ashdale. This is a really cool and easy quest that doesn't take very long to complete. It's finished off by defeating Eggroth for your first time. This boss is very simple with its mechanics. In the first phase, you just want to defeat each of the tentacles, and then in the second phase, you just attack Eggroth himself, while making sure to avoid the occasional area attacks that he puts down. And with that complete, you get a bit of XP and unlock the Eggroth Weekly D&D. The D&D just involves you battling Eggroth twice to receive some black pearls, which lets you gain some BXP and a skill of your choice. Now it was time to work on some more questing. Next on the list was Elemental Workshop 3. There's a puzzle during this quest that's actually quite difficult to complete, so I personally would recommend using a guide to do it. There's also some weird angles that your camera gets locked into, so you may have to move some of the UI around to click on certain things like I did here. I'd also suggest bringing some restore potions, because your stats do get drained while making the body bar, and you do have to make 2 of them. And with that quest complete, we make ourselves a body, and earn some smithing XP. Next to complete is the Gower quest. This is a super fun and silly quest where you get to go behind the scenes of RuneScape. It's great fun and worth not spacebarring your way through it if you've never done it before. Once you complete it, there's some additional lamp rewards that require you to have a certain level in all of the free-to-play stats, which I didn't actually have yet. So I made sure to note down to come back here and get these lamps when I could. The next day, my baby Yoda plushie that I'd ordered had finally come, so everyone needed a moment to see him. Another daily that's worth unlocking that I'd been putting off is Viswax. To do this daily, you need to be able to enter the Runecrafting guild, which requires 50 runecrafting. So I headed over to the Runespan to finally start leveling up my runecrafting. While I was taking a break from runecrafting to do some scarabs, I noticed that I was getting really close to 1,000 total level. And my friend and I actually had some pretty different ideas about why that was exciting. Oh man, we're really close to 1k total. Need 13 levels. We might end up with that tonight.
So you can die and you'll be broadcasting soon.
I was thinking more so I can buy a second life, but sure. Afterwards, we finished off getting 50 runecrafting and went to do our Viswax. This daily is really easy to do. You just come to this machine, put some runes into it, and try to find the best combination. The combination changes each day, but there are some helpful resources through Discord bots or Alt1 that can actually just tell you some of the best runes each day. And with that done, I made sure to head over to Mr. X right away to buy ourselves our second life. Next, we completed the Making History quest, which awards some crafting and prayer XP once complete. When that was done, we were able to grab our next quest dice for some extra gold. Next, we completed a bunch of simple quests, starting with the Tower of Life quest, where we help out this homunculus, then Gunner's Ground, where we help a dwarf and a barbarian get together, then Dork's Task 1 for some smithing XP, Let the Meat Pie, where we make the most horrible pie for a guy who's hoarding all of the local food for himself, and finally, Sheepshear for a tiny bit of crafting XP. And with those done, our quest guide was finally wanting us to complete Dragonslayer again. I decided it would be nice if we had some anti-fire potions for this quest, so I spent a bit of time doing easy clues to try and see if I could get some as a reward. I unfortunately didn't actually get any from the clue scrolls, but I decided I would give the quest a go the following day. And that's where we're going to end it for today. Next time, we'll finally be doing the Dragonslayer quest and crossing that off of our list. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Also, let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments. I also stream all of this account's gameplay over on Twitch, so if you'd like to hang out and follow my progress live, you can find me on Twitch with the same name as my YouTube channel, BreaCheese. And you can find my Twitch schedule in the video description below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.